know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast-quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.
Hey, my lean and lit lovelies. Welcome back to another episode of Get Lean and Lit with Lindy, the podcast that focuses on women over 40 who want to lose fat, build muscle, and just have a joyful time doing it. So today we are going to have a fun episode, really fun for me because we're going to be talking about trying a new sport or activity later in life. Don't be worried. Don't be intimidated. Doing so will transform your mind, your body, and your social life. So for me, my sport has been pickleball, but it can apply to anything. It could be kayaking, cycling, dance class, water aerobics, bar, you name it. Even weighted hula hooping, which I've tried. It wasn't for me, but it was something fun to try and see if I could be good at it or not. If you think starting something new at my age sounds intimidating, stick with me for this podcast. I promise you're going to leave this episode feeling fired up and ready to Google the closest pickleball court to your house. So, why do we often avoid new things as we age? That's the age-old question. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, or rather the self-doubt gremlin in the room that sits on our shoulder starting at around the age of 40 or so and upwards. It's the one that makes us ask ourselves all kinds of questions and to doubt ourselves. Questions like, what if I look ridiculous? Or what if everyone else knows what to do but me? Or what if my knees file for divorce because they're broken down? Don't worry, my lovelies. Please listen up. Nobody at these community centers or YMCAs or studios or pickleball courts is paying any attention to you. No matter how cute you are and how fancy you are, nobody is really paying attention to you. They're too busy doing their own thing, counting their reps, trying to figure out what they're doing, and trying to figure out how to keep score in some instances. People are self-centered and focused on themselves, which is a good thing in this instance. It is what it is, but it also gives you the opportunity to step into something new without really worrying about what other people are saying or thinking. So trying something new later in life does something really incredible for your confidence, for your brain, and yes, even for your waistline. Let me tell you about my pickleball, my entree into pickleball. The first time I ever played pickleball, I was super intimidated. It was at the YMCA, my local YMCA, and it's very popular there. So there are lots of people playing on 3 different courts, and it was just very dynamic. So a friend invited me in, and she was like, it's super easy. Anyone can do it. It's easy to pick up, which, by the way, I should have recognized as a red flag when people say that, because you discover that being a beginner in a group of people who already own like customized paddles and bags and all that stuff is something to think about. So I showed up with my paddle that I purchased on Amazon, and I was very optimistic and I was ready to get started. So the first time I came onto the court, Listen, let's just say I swung that paddle like I was trying to win Wimbledon, and the ball soared straight across out of my court into the next court and hit somebody on the calf. And he then yelled, "Nice serve," very sarcastically. I'm pretty sure he was pissed because I interrupted his game, but I didn't really care because I had a right to be there just like he did. So I just kept right on trying. So here's the thing, after about 10 minutes or so of feeling very awkward and kind of trying to get my rhythm down, something happened. I started smiling, I started sweating, and I just started having fun. My competitive spirit was definitely reignited because I am a competitor through and through. Usually with myself, but in game situations, it's on and popping. I'm ready to compete. So afterwards, after my first session, my mood was sky high for days. It was super fun. So you can fast forward about a year and a couple of months, and now I play competitive pickleball 5 to 7 days a week. I am officially a pickleball addict. And I still play with those same people that I started with when I didn't know how to play at all. And now I'm competitive with them. So it just goes to show you, if you find something that you're passionate about, you can become good at it in no time. So it also turns out that for me, pickleball wasn't just exercise. It was like hitting a reset button on my brain, which brings us to the next thing I want to talk to us about: the mind benefits of starting a new activity later in life. Trying a new sport later in life really lights up the neurons in your brain, lights it up like a Christmas tree, because you're not just moving your body, you're also learning new rules, mastering new movements, problem solving, you're adjusting your strategy, you're using your brain in a different way. You're coordinating your hands, your feet, and making sure that you're on task for whatever it is you're learning and that you're trying to do. So you're creating new neural pathways along the way because your brain loves novelty. It's just kind of like doing a puzzle or doing a Sudoku, those types of things to keep your brain moving. Research shows that learning a new physical skill can improve your memory, it can reduce stress, and it can even lower the risk of cognitive decline. Now, that's what I'm talking about. If we can fight dementia while having fun, I'm all about it. I'm all in. Also, you feel alive again. You know, you can kind of get, as you age a little bit, you can kind of get just in routine and, stuff can get a little boring here and there. But you get a spark, you get an energy, and you get a sense of, I can still do cool stuff at any age. And that's priceless. So a few years ago, I thought it would be a good idea and fun to join a beginner hip hop class. Now, I don't have necessarily a dance background. I danced a little bit in high school, but it's not like I'm, part of Alvin Ailey or anything like that. Not even by a little bit of the imagination. So I thought, it's a chance to move around, to kind of get down, get fit, burn a few extra calories, maybe discover my inner Janet Jackson, who was one of my favorites. But what I didn't realize was that beginner, quote unquote, wasn't truly starting from ground zero. So I walked into the studio and I swear the room was filled with 20-year-olds dressed to the nines in their Lulu and all the other, aloe, all the different things. And they looked like they did TikTok professionally. These girls were ready. Meanwhile, I'm in the back of the room wearing a t-shirt and sweatpants, fighting for my life as I'm trying to learn this choreography because it was so fast paced. And then, because God has a sense of humor, the instructor put us in small groups where we performed in front of the whole class. Oh my goodness. I hadn't quite gotten all the steps down yet, but I held my own. I wasn't totally humiliated. I was decent. Was it messy? Absolutely. Was it awkward? 100%. Did I feel like I could conquer the world after the class? Heck yeah. I did good because I did something new. I was not super great at it. I have rhythm, I'm coordinated, but hip hop dancing is a whole thing. It's a whole vibe. But I survived with my dignity intact. And the next week I was a little better. And the week after that, I was a little better still. Because consistency builds confidence. It's not about being great out of the gate. It's about being willing to try something new, which I think we all should do that. And you know what else is cool about trying a new activity or sport at a later age? The body benefits of learning a new activity are great. Trying a new sport activity later in life does things to your body that a walk on a treadmill is not going to do for you. For example, you're going to use new muscles that you don't use every day because different movements require different muscles to be recruited. Even just balancing or pivoting or stepping into something new, it wakes up muscles that have been asleep since 1998. It boosts your metabolism. So novel movements lead to increased metabolic demand. And after 40, we need all the metabolic help we can get. It also helps boost your bone density. So weight bearing and impact activities, even light ones like pickleball games, stimulate bone growth. So osteoporosis prevention is the name of the game as we get older, especially for women. It also improves your circulation and your coordination. It means fewer trips, fewer falls, fewer oops, I didn't see that stair, that type of thing. So you're just more on top of things physically. It makes exercise fun. Fun equals consistency. Consistency equals results, ultimately. If you find something that you love, you're not going to quit. You're going to stick to it, and you're going to have fun while you're doing it. So trying new activities lets us increase our joy, the joy in our lives, which we all want and need. So let me tell you about a yoga class that I took. I've taken all kinds of classes, but this one stands out in my mind. It was last fall. I took what I thought was gentle yoga. It was labeled as gentle yoga in the description. It's at a local studio, and the word gentle should have been like in quotation marks, underlined, highlighted, and followed by a warning label, because no. The instructor was this little petite, serene little lady who could bend her body and fold it like a pretzel. Like, she was super flexible. It almost seemed like she was levitating at some points in class. It was just wild. Meanwhile, I'm just trying to do downward dog, and my hamstrings are screaming like it's a horror movie, okay? Because I'm not super flexible. At one point, she said, "Let the ego go," to the class. And I'm thinking, ma'am, the ego has left the building 5 minutes ago when I fell out of tree pose that we were talking about a little whiles back. But afterward, I felt incredible. It was great. It was a great class. I felt centered. I felt calm. I felt stronger. It turned out to be really great. I learned something new. New activities ask you to leave perfection at the door because you don't know what you're doing. You just come in. I think that's so healthy to come into something that you already don't know what you're doing, especially as we get older, because we think we should have everything already figured out. We think we should know what we're doing. We think we should just be running things 100% of the time, and that's just not realistic, and it's not healthy. We just don't. We are able to learn things at every age, and we just need to embrace that some things we don't know yet, and some things we're going to get better at over time. Lastly, trying new activities, a benefit is that you have a social benefit as well. It's not just physical, it's not just emotional. You have social interactions. And that was an unexpected bonus for me. The easiest way to make new friends, real friends, not just friends like you say hi to at the PTA, but like real friends, is to try a new activity and become embedded in that community. You already have something in common with those people. You're learning something new together. So that's fun. That's bonding. You laugh together. You are frustrated together. You cheer each other on. And you really see each other regularly if you're doing an activity that you guys all love and you're trying to get better at. It's really connection without all the unnecessary small talk. It's building community without the pressure. It's like you don't have to belong to a book club and fake like you read a book because your friend invited you. This is something that you actually choose, you seek out to do, and something that you're consistently doing because you like it and you may grow to love it. Social connections was one of the most underrated parts of health and weight loss that there could be. I feel like when women feel supported, they stick together and they grow their habits together, their positive habits. So the more you show up, the more you stay motivated, and the more you have connections, and it just kind of feeds itself in a positive way. So how do you get started on this new adventure? Okay, as I always like to do, let's get practical. If you want to try something new, but you feel overwhelmed, I put together 5 simple steps for you to follow. Okay, step number 1, pick something that sounds fun, not something that's good for you necessarily, not something you should do. Pick something that you may have had a curiosity about, something that sounds fun to you, because fun leads to longevity, and conversely, obligation leads to burnout, and we don't want that. Number 2, start with a beginner class. You deserve instruction that meets you where you are. Don't try to jump into something that may not jive with you because you don't understand at a fundamental level what's going on. So seek out something that's beginner level, beginner class. Number 3, bring a friend or go solo. My mom always told me, don't let one monkey stop your show. If you don't have a friend that wants to do something that you want to do, that's okay. Do it by yourself, and you'll meet friends along the way. Number 4, commit to 3 classes. 3. Not 1, not forever, just 3 classes. That's enough to get a feel for the class and to see if you really like it or not. Most studios and classes and organizations will let you have a trial week so you can feel it out to see if that's something that jives with you, or something that you feel that you fit into and it could be beneficial for you. So take advantage of that. Number 5, we're going to celebrate all of our efforts, not necessarily our performance. That's critical. Celebrate your efforts. If you show up, that is a win, period, in my book. Hopefully in yours as well. All right, my lean and lit lovelies. On that note, here's your homework for the week. Pick one new activity to try this month. Just one activity. Maybe it's pickleball, which is my passion. I would be thrilled if you became a pickleball person like me. Maybe it's dance. Maybe it's water aerobics with the older ladies in the pool who talk about everybody that get in the pool as if they own the pool, but that's okay. That can be fun too. I've done some water aerobics classes and they all end up being fun. But whatever it is, just give it a try. Your mind will thank you, your body will thank you, and your spirit will thank you. And midlife will feel a whole lot more lit if you have some fun things to look forward to. Well, my lean and lit lovelies, that's it for now. Thanks for hanging out with me today on the Get Lean and Lit with Lindy podcast. And if you love this episode, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share with a friend, and leave a review, because I want to help this show grow so they can reach more women so that we can all be strong, joyful, and sustain healthy lifestyles. Sound good? Okay, until next time, keep it real, keep it consistent, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye.
I drew you this year.
Oh, I love scratch games. Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome, Tabitha.
They're so sparkly.
Festive, right?
You know it's a good gift when it's hard to let it go.
Kinda wish I drew myself.
Kinda glad you didn't.
Holiday scratch games from the Minnesota Lottery are great to give and even better to get.
So thoughtful.
I know.
You've been putting it off and time is running out. You've got just a few weeks left to apply for the Minnesota Promise Act grants. The state has more than 60 million with an M, dollars to help small businesses in greater Minnesota and parts of Minneapolis and St. Paul. Now, hurry up and go to mnpromiseact.org to fill out the application. And listen, if you need help getting it completed, don't trip. They've got trained pros who can guide you through it. Make an appointment to get started today.